Uh, I think uh, it's maybe because of Sunday, very few people are turned down. Can someone let me know that if I'm audible, we can start. Am I audible clearly?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much. So let's start. Uh, somebody just give me, the rights to share the screen.
One second, ma'am. I'm just please try now, ma'am.
Yes, yes. Now I can. I can. Thank you so much. You
Yes.
can continue your work, right? So let me reshare. I will just test it. All right. So I hope my screen is visible. This is little different topic than our usual this topics. So we will be talking about clinical evaluation report, and I believe that all of you know about clinical study report. So it is kind of, you can say that, similar to that, but our goal is different. Let me put it on a slide. So it's an easy topic and not very heavy topic. And if you ever get a chance to work in device, so or as a medical writer, or even not a medical writer, maybe you're just working in the devices. There are few companies, they are very active in the devices, then you will be coming across this document. If you are completely part of a clinical trial, then may not be like, I have very little exposure to devices. But now, if the future we are going because of the technology, I believe the our medical world, they that is going to get influenced lot with the devices because of the technology, right? So what is clinical evaluation report? I will be focusing on the basics a lot so that fundamentals are clear. So it's a document that conclude the clinical evaluation of your medical device. Your pacemaker, maybe you are using some device to measure a BP, maybe some heart rate device, maybe anything. So, and even artificial knees, all that. So it consists of the clinical data that collected either from clinical investigation, the way we are doing clinical trials. So they are, for devices, we say clinical investigation, or equivalent studies, or once that you are a pacemaker or any devices in the market, then you have done some studies. So basically the data that you have gathered in your clinical investigation, as well as once it is in the market, that you report in the report. So coming next to, it is a systematic process evaluating the clinical data to verify the device safety and performance. So in clinical trial, we talk about two things: safety and efficacy. But in efficacy word is mostly replaced with the performance in the devices. So remember these basic differences. So efficacy word gets replaced with the performance word. So there are guidelines like EU. There are, of course, every country, like EU has their own guideline, FD has their own guideline, India has their own guidelines. So all countries are having their guidelines. What could be the example of clinical evaluation report? Like clinical evaluation report, this is short form for clinical evaluation report. For knee implant, include trial data, registries, and PMFC finding, post marketing. So all that will be included. This can be one of the example. What is the purpose of? Purpose will be very clear. So like in clinical trial, we write CSR. How many of you know about CSR? A session on CSR is already been covered? Anyone? Okay. CSR is the report that we prepared after each clinical trial. Like you have done phase 1, 2, 3, all that we do after clinical trial. But only difference is it is for vaccines and drugs. This is for devices. So it demonstrates the safety and efficacy of a device without, as I said, efficacy may get replaced with the performance and many times without posing potential risk and threat to a patient. Clinical evaluation reports are required for bringing medical device into the market. European market, here I have, because I have taken this text from them, basically global. Each country will be saying there, like India will be saying in the Indian market, US will be saying in the US market, to obtain their license used for that particular device. So if you wanted to use any device, you have to do clinical investigation. And the way we are preparing CSR, we also have to prepare clinical evaluation report, and that we have to submit to the regulatory body. If it is in Europe, then European agency we have to. If it is in US, then US, Japan, then it is in Japan. If it is Canada, then Health Canada, right? So we have to submit in all these territory where we wanted to use our device. So what is the life cycle? If you wanted to see, like, okay, clinical study report, we know how to prepare, right? But how about clinical evaluation report? First is plan. You do a planning because you prepare your protocol and all that, and you do the clinical study. And then based on that study, you identify the data. And you analyze that data and you prepare summary and then updates. Keep on doing the updates. Example, the cardiac stent CER updated annually using PMS data. So suppose you have already submitted the CER for cardiac stent. But now what, just like your periodic safety update reports, the way we have studied in the last class, it will be updated annually. So what is clinical investigation? Because for devices, we use the word clinical investigation. It is almost like your clinical trial and clinical study. Study is like clinical trial is your 1, 2, 3, right? Clinical studies, suppose I am doing the observational study. So basically clinical study is a bigger term. So I'm trying to explain you on the basics. So investigation is that you do for the devices. It is almost same as the clinical trials or as a clinical study. So clinical, even I wanted to share a difference between clinical investigation and clinical evaluation. Investigation, when you say a real human subject, you want to check safety and performance. Evaluation is when you are doing assessment, you already have data. Maybe you wanted to reassess the already done studies, or maybe you picked some data from some hospital or a clinic, you wanted to do the evaluation, just like your observational studies. So that is the difference on the basic level. So difference is the clinical investigation is new study using medical device in patient to demonstrate safety and performance of that particular medical device in human. While clinical evaluation is as a theoretical assessment, or you can say scientific assessment, using the existing data or from many different sources, like maybe from a literature publication. They collected all the 10 papers, what they are saying. That is your assessment. Which means that human subjects are not directly involved. Suppose this paper, this publication has 10 publications. They done that this investigation only, but they are published. Now, I just started doing the assessment. So basically, theoretical assessment. No matter these people, when they publish the paper, they done their due diligence. They have done their investigation and everything. But now I am just doing a theoretical assessment. So that is the difference between these two. And in devices, both are done. Because these days, real world studies, they are having a lot of value. Okay, so now going forward, what is clinical evaluation? What we really do in a clinical evaluation? So it is a theoretical assessment that should start during or even before a new product is developed. The purpose of evaluation is to determine, what is the purpose of use? Is it safe? For all the drugs, vaccine, devices, even diagnostic, the fundamental question, even if you go in some interview blank, sometimes it happens. What is the purpose? Or at least say safety. You can never go wrong. Right? Safety and performance, at least say these words, right? Instead of going to a silent zone. We have to see the benefits. Again, this you can use and how it has been manufactured. Has any equivalent device or comparison? Is there any already existing device available in the market for a comparison? So this is what you see in a clinical evaluation. So now how about investigational report? For this you follow your GCP for design and conduct and recording and reporting of clinical investigation. Same as of your clinical trial. Whatever the principle you follow, that you follow for the investigation also. And you try to assess the performance in addition to effect. See, performance and effectiveness are the same. And safety of a medical device, because if you are using some device for a patient, it should be safe, it should not be causing any harm, even the metal and material that is used in that particular device. Plus it should be showing effect. Suppose you are using a BP device, if it is not giving a correct reading, there is no use of it. Now coming to our main thing, how to prepare our clinical evaluation report. There are a couple of steps in this. I have collected some examples also at the end, just to, easy explanation. Our today's class will be very easy. It's not difficult because it's easy topic. Even if you get a chance to, just a minute, guys, just 1 minute. I was checking something. All right. So there are 3 steps. First is manufacturer identity of a clinical data, or exist. It can be from existing literature. It can be from a clinical experience, clinical trial, or combination of any 3. You can take data from published sources also. Manufacturer means sponsor, which company which is preparing clinical trials or any combination. So basically, you have to evaluate this data's relevance, applicability, quality, and significance. You have to check that, is this data applicable? Is this data, is having quality? It should not be from a low sources. Yes. When I was speaking about that, if you get a chance to work in a devices, go for it. Don't think for a minute, because I feel earlier we were giving a lot of importance to drugs and vaccine. People used to think devices as a secondary, because when I started my career, but now that is not the case because of the technology. And it is easier to work in devices than the drugs. The rules are yet, I can't say about future, but as of now, they are not that strict, honestly. They are easier than the drugs. So if you wanted to pick the devices, you get a chance to work in devices, the competition is low. Take my advice, if you get, go for it. And you have to articulate the conclusions based on the data that we have collected. So what are the sections? Content is important. For just like CSR, we have a 14 section as per E3 guideline, right? But we can have a additional also. But how about this? What are the key elements that must be there in a clinical evaluation report? First of all, general information. No question on that. About a device manufactured. Same as a CSR, right? It's same. Then concise physical and technical device description. So very little, description about how the physical feature of a device, even a material use, and technical. So there is a software, and where you are going to use this application. That is added in this report. And for what purpose? Therapeutic purpose or diagnostic purpose that you wanted to use. The clinical evaluation and data type. What are the type of studies that you have done that the data is used in this? Then summary of that particular data and a review. Then describe the analysis used for performance, safety, relevance, accuracy, product and literature. What type of analysis you have used? So basically your statistician is going to help you, just like our efficacy section of our CSR, correct? So they are going to, statisticians is going to help you here. Then the final say on safety, performance and its comfortability, right? So these are all the contents those goes into CER. Any question till now? It's very easy document. It's no, not difficult at all. But still, let me see if there is a question. Okay. Now updates. This is even CSR updates sometimes happen, but not very frequent, because CSR people pay a lot of attention in a clinical trials. For updates or amendment in CER, regular updates to CER required as part of your post-marketing services. Because even now your product is in the market, so annual updates are required based on the real time of data. The post-marketing surveillance for medical devices must be updated on regular basis. Any change that might affect the functioning of device should be mentioned clearly in the updated report. If the sponsor is failed to do so, these are compliance issues. So when you should be updating your report? Every year, or when there is a new information which may affect the current scenario. Suppose your device is using some report came in that software is not working correctly. The team has updated the software, then it should be updated. Once the device is well established, you can update it between 2 to 5 years. So your job is not done once the evaluation report is submitted. You have to update it initially annually. So now this is, a kind of data, how your report is generated. So let me go little wider. So this is our center clinical evaluation report. So what are the different things can contribute it? Systematic review, right? Then general specification. It's about product, device specification, risk management if there is some issue. Then from post-marketing surveillance, once the device is in the market, you will be doing the follow-up. You will be doing the vigilance, and the report will be updated. And so in today's class, if you wanted to take main high-level information that you can take Evaluation report is for devices, correct? The data comes from either literature or from your clinical investigation studies. What else? That it should be updated annually. And this is the crux. From all which sources the data is coming. If you can't remember anything else from today's class, I'll say memorize this graph. Okay. Now little more detail on the content. You will be giving introduction, scope, references, definitions, and abbreviations. Then next, general principle of clinical evaluation. What is clinical evaluation? When it been undertaken, why it is important? How is clinical evaluation is performed? Evaluation is that you are taking data from literature. So if you have, used that, okay, I'm back. Let me share my screen again. Are you able to hear me again? Anyone just ping me? I will be able to see. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Sunday, I can see slow people. Someone is saying yes, man. Okay, so we were here. This is the device description and its intended use. So device can be orthofix, just example. And it will always be written as a trademark type of thing. Titanium knee implant. So intended use, total knee arthroplasty for degenerative joint disease. This is how one see. This is in very minimal way, right? So this is how the report will look like. What are the key specifications? This metal is used, gamma sterilized, 5 sizes are available. What is the tip? Match IFU, instruction for use type, that is, and previous generation models. So this is one example. I showed you another example. If we wanted to take a state of art section. So I showed you the content of the our evaluation report are different if I wanted to take you back, because it should be clear. So see, this is what are the different purposes or to use the report, where it is. I think I lost. Here it is only. So it may be, you say, intended use, safety, risk and benefit, state of art. So there I am showing you example for one kind of one. Oh my God, then it got stuck. Okay. So one example for intended use that we have covered. Now this example second is, which I wanted to show you, state of art section. So example is osteoarthritis, affect 250M globally, TKR gold standards. This is the reference I have used, right? Survival rate more than 95% at 10 years. This data came from a registry, National Joint Registry, like your clinicaltrial.com. Tip, use 10 or 15 peer reviewed references or benchmark tables. So that's how, you can prepare the mini reports. So one more example, summary, because summary also be included in our CER. What can summary can look like? They can say that 7 studies. We have used the data from total 7 studies, where n is 955 means that 950 participants. Knee score improvement 45 to 90 at 12 months. They used some device. Adverse event DVT 2.5, 1%, infection 0.4, loosening 0.2. So this is the data that they collected from a different sources. Conclusion, what the conclusion they are saying? Acceptable safety and performance as per MDR. MDR is EU guideline. So say the conclusion is acceptable safety and performance, because I also showed you that how you have to write a summary on performance, safety, and conclusion. So performance, they told is that we have done 7 studies, 950 people joined. There they observed knee score improved from 40 to 90. That means performance they are telling. The only thing in the medical writing in these type of reports, you can't add words from your side. You can't say that this is performing exceptionally well, this outshined the rest of the devices. No, you can't use that kind of words. Instead, you forward present the data. Similarly, adverse event means you are indicating safety. That data you have given very less percentage. Conclusion is acceptable safety and performance as per MDR. These are European guidelines. Now, conclusion, PMS and PMS is post-marketing surveillance. If you wanted to see report linkage to that, what kind of a report they are? Orthofix meets intended purpose with positive benefit risk. See, because we have said risk benefit analysis also you have to present in these type of reports. So they say positive benefit and risk. That means the benefits are more than risk. Data gap. So they're saying long-time survivorship and high BMF data is required. This sentence is incomplete. So recommendation, what are their recommendations? The PMC registry, take more data from PMC registry, PMS integration for CER update. So that is their recommendation. So that's how these reports look like. Just an example. So what is the conclusion for our CER report? So clinical evaluation report is a structural document that assess medical device safety and performance. The whole point of today's session or discussion is that this report is prepared for any device you investigate, and we answer generally to question is safety and performance. That's all. So now, we can take questions. I know today's session is short, but we can use it to address the question from other previous classes also. Okay, now we can take up the questions. Utkarsh shares one question I can see. What is knee score means? So then if you do any, how to tell you, trials or studies, they have a system to evaluate. So basically knee score, you can say it is a scoring system, clinical scoring system to measure how well patient knee is functioning. How well patient's knee is functioning. Is it doing better or not? This is done mostly after the surgery, especially knee replacement surgery. So because someone done the knee replacement surgery, now they need to measure how person is doing. That is done by the knee score, basically knee score measurement. So this they can measure like how is the pain, what range of motions can you move here and there, stability, are they able to walk, climb, stair, performance, daily activities, so like these. So these are the fundamental parameters, like how they are feeling on the pain, how they are, motion is possible or not. That is the knee score. You can study more also. There is a lot of information on knee score, even in joint score also. Arthritis cases, it is used a lot. Even for if you see these cancer trials, cancer trials, they use lot of survival score. How you are feeling in daily life, what are you doing, are you able to do your task, even the pain scores. So a lot of scores are available. Basically any score, if you see, if you don't know about it, say it is a clinical evaluation. That is the safest answer. I hope, Utkarsh, you are able to understand. I can see there is another question also. What is PMC registry? So PMC registry is post market. I can write here so that you can't forget. Post market, just writing. Post market clinical follow up. Anyone, can you tell me what registry means? Okay, I can explain. Registry is where you can systematically, you can collect ongoing data. So ongoing data can be collected systematically. Suppose there are a lot many studies going on, just like your clinical trial register or CTR. Automatically about the information about the new trial is feeding into a system. It is just like that. So what they do, suppose example, if I'm taking this PMCR registry, what they do, they enroll the patient who received the device. Example, knee replacement. Take an example of knee replacement. So our hospital is in Delhi. So we will suppose 100 patient took this surgery, and all those patient data will be enrolled into this PMCR registry. I'm talking about Delhi. Same in Chennai, same in Bangalore, same in New Jersey, same in some other part of the globe. So now you see in Delhi, I'm able to see my Delhi data from Delhi patient. But now if all of us, Delhi, Chennai, Bangalore, all uploaded the data on PMCR registry, that means we are having data from all the sites at one place. They define it like we will be collecting at 6 months, 1 year, so like that. Okay, I think this is clear, or I need to explain it more. And this is as per the regulation. It's not like that today I'm thinking to start a registry, I will start a registry. No, it should be as per the regulation. Any other question? Let me give you one PMC F registry example. In the morning when I was working for these slides, I think I worked on one particular report also. So this is how you have to write a CER for a registry, data collected from registry. I'll show you one example. So give me a moment. Let me pull that out. I shared in the chat. say any study done in data feeded in PMCF, it will look like this. A prospective PMCF, because you enroll patient the moment you are doing a surgery or giving a device, you enroll that patient. See, NE's 412 European sites was initiated in 2023 and monitored for long-term outcomes of orthofix. Knee replacement. Data collected include knee society score, radiographic assessment, device-related adverse event at 6, 12, 24 month. Preliminary 12-month data, N is equal to, see, total 400. Preliminarily 12 month, N is 250. N is 250 means from data from 250 patient. Show an average KSSS improvement, knee score improvement of 47 point with 0.0 revision rate, right? Like that. So this is how you prepare a report on the data that you have evaluated from any register. Just one example. Today I kept the example of orthofix only because so that we can link to each section. Okay, any other question? Is this clear? Is this clear? Yes or no? I am the only one who is speaking. Is it clear? Okay, okay. Let me see if I can find a link for PMCF for you. Wait, guys, don't go, right? We have time. Let's use it. Just 1 minute, I'm trying to find. Sometimes Google takes you to something else only. So let me put the full form. So post market. Clinical trial. I can give you link to a guidelines also. I got it. Yes. So in future, if you are doing some study related, I'm sharing my screen with you guys again. What happened? So this is European guidelines. So post-market clinical follow-up under EU MDR guide to PMCR activities. So you can keep this. You can study from here also that what are the different guidelines. Let me copy and share with you. So now under this, there will be lot many registries, like example. So take an example of this registry. So this is one registry. I don't know why it's working slow. So here what they have done is they have tried to explain it in easier way that how registry on the data is collected. What is post-market clinical follow-up, right? So they have given the name of different registries. Can you see this chart? So I have shown you the chart similar to this. So you can study this. But my goal was different. My goal was to show you one registry. Guys, I will try to find for you because these are not out of this. I'll say I will give you this link only because on the guideline you should not get confused. I will try to find link of one registry the way we used in a clinical trial.com. Then I will share with you because you should not be reading everything. It will be confusing. So at least guideline you can go through because this is EU guideline. You can go through it. It is useful as well. Okay. Any more question? All right, I take silence as no. So today's class was easy. Happy Sunday to everyone. Take rest. Thank you so much.